two, three.
Salut la compagnie!
Funky.
And welcome in this new video. It's been a long time that I haven't spoke English in my videos, and actually I kind of miss it because I love explaining myself in English. So today we're gonna talk movies and TV shows and I've watched, and I'm gonna tell you guys if I liked it or not. I'm gonna comment it. So let's go. So to make things clear, this is not sponsored. Why am I okay? This is not sponsored by anyone. I'm not paid to talk to you about this. To keep myself updated about what I watch and when did I watch it, I use this app called TV Time. So when you go on this app, you can just search movie or TV show that you've watched, and you select that you've watched it, and then you can see the comments. You can add from 1 to 5 stars. You can rate, then you can see if you were happy, sad, angry, or something like that. You can add a comment, and when it's TV show, so that was for a movie, and when it's for TV show, you can select either you've watched all episodes, either you've watched one by one. And the actually good thing is that you can't see like the comments for the upcoming episodes that you haven't seen yet. Like when you try to see the comments for the next episode, it tells you that you didn't watch this episode yet, and if you're sure, if you want to see the comments, and I think it's good, and it also saves the date that you've watched it. So this app is kind of good. It's been a long time that I was looking for an app like that, so I'm actually happy that I found it. So now let's go. So I had Netflix recently, so most of the TV shows are Netflix TV shows, but not like Netflix originals, but you know what I'm talking about. So the first one is a classical Riverdale. I think that you've heard about it, and I think you've heard many good things and many bad things. What I can tell you is, at first, when my friends started talking about it, and when we started watching, it was like kind of, I don't know, it was like teenagers living in the town, which things happen, yeah, death happens, but like it was a weird death at first. Okay, so this is kind of okay for sure, but then it became so weird, and I like this TV show very much, but it became so weird, like with griffin and gargoyles, and then serpents with the ghoulies, and the Gargoyle King, and Penelope Blossom, and Jake, and the Black Hood, which is Betty's father, and there's a lot of weird things that happened in this show. So what I can tell you is that if you want to watch a show that is very very weird, because the game Griffin Gargoyles actually takes um, uh, is happening in real life. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I don't know if I'd recommend Riverdale because it's been a lot criticized, and many people don't want to watch it because of other, yeah. Actually, it's very a mess. But if it was less messier, I actually recommend it. Recommend it. Then my second favorite show, which is Modern Family. I discovered it, I think. Um, oh, it's been a long time ago now. Oh, I discovered it in 2019, I think. I don't really remember, but Modern Family is a really good show. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna say anything. Just a story. Is this the story like a reality show, a documentary about a big, big, big family, which we see the adventures as a family, as individuals, and it's very funny. There's a lot of funny things. It's actually like a real life family show, and I love it so much, and I would totally recommend it because their characters are actually good. There's a lot of characters that I like very much. So I recommend it Modern Family, which is available on Netflix and on Amazon Prime Video. Okay, so this show is actually the first show that made me so emotional. I don't know what happened. So it's Never Have I Ever. This was released during how do you say that, during quarantine. I don't know how to say this word. It's actually hard. During COVID-19. Okay, it was released but I think it's a very good TV show. So when I was talking about emotional, when I watched movies and TV shows, especially TV shows, I saw people crying and being emotional about what happened in the show, but I was just heartbroken. I was heartbroken inside. I was just, yeah, sad, but I didn't. I've never cried in front of a TV show, but I don't know. This TV show like made me feeling emotional that I cried, and since then I cry in front of like movies and TV shows all the time. Like, how can I don't know, but this TV show, I think it made me emotional because I can actually relate to Devi. Not that I am Indian, but her teenage life, like she needs to fit inside Indian culture, but she wants to be an American teenager. So she wants to have sex. She wants to go to parties. She wants to have a lot of friends. And the parts when she was with her mother and with Paxton, with Ben, I actually felt what she felt. And then I cried on the part that she came back to her mother after she had that big fight. And I I would totally recommend that show. I mean, it's very cliche, like teenagers going to school and want to have sex. What is actually weird in the show is that they took Darren Barnett for Paxton Hall Yoshida for a 17-year-old teenager when he's actually like 26 or something like that. It's kind of weird. It's like this pros brother. They are taken to play like teenagers for life when they are like 25, 26. You have to know that Maitri. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but the actress who plays Devi is actually like 19, I think, and what's his name again? Darren is 26. So I think it's actually weird, but the story is good, and you can see the adventures of an American Indian teenager. It's in the title Never Have I Ever is actually like, you know, the game Never Have I Ever, that it's like Never Have I Ever, the title is that, and then there's like a sentence like Never Have I Ever had sex with Paxton. This is the only one that I can remember, but actually Paxton is kind of hot, but I've watched the TV show. I've liked Paxton so much. I was like, oh my god, Paxton's the best. Paxton's so good. Then I've talked with my friends, and they all said, oh no, I prefer Ben because Paxton's so no. Then I think about it. I actually think Paxton is good physically, but inside, like, he's so dumb. I mean, how could you not see that Devi wanted to be with you, and you know inside you that you wanted to be with her? What did you? But actually, Ben's so sweet. So yeah, I prefer Ben. So go watch Never Have I Ever, available on Netflix, and 2021 season 2. Okay, how can I not talk about this show? Like, Criminal Minds is one of my favorite shows ever. I think it's actually the first TV show that I've watched in my life. I started watching this when I was around 15 years old. I don't know. but I watched it on Amazon Prime Video and I watched it in English. No, I think first I watched it in French and then I switched to English because I actually was like, if I want to practice English, I need to watch TV shows in English. So Criminal Minds, how can I say that? I think the thing, I think the thing is, actually the plot is actually the same, but just with different unsubs. And in one episode, you have different cases every time. But what I like is that there's not just the FBI agents or the profilers solving cases. There's also the private life, like some were abducted, some were killed, some had children. I actually love this TV show, and I love Dr. Reed, which is very good-headed guy. Yeah. I don't know what to say else either from I love this show so much because I think the creators had a lot of inspiration to find different things in each cases, and I love the fact that during the whole show there was not like a different thing every, like there was some unsubs that lasted for a season or 2, 3, 4 episodes, and so you can follow like the story of an unsub. You don't only have the story of the profilers, but you also have the story of the unsubs. So I find that very cool. You can stream it on Amazon Prime Video and ABC, I think. Okay, so I've watched it recently on Netflix, which this TV show is a Spanish one. It's called Control Z. I've known this show because one of the actors is an actor from Disney Channel's Soy Luna, which is Michael Ronda. I've heard about it, but I never watched it. The plot of the story. I mean, it was very good. So it happens to be like I think it's a twisted teenager TV show because every time I watched 2 episodes, I wanted to know about the other ones, and I read on internet that in during the time that they shoot the TV show, so there's the plot is that there's a hacker. I'm not gonna tell more. There's just a hacker, and this hacker, the only persons on the set that knew it was actually, yeah, the producers, the writers, but apart from the actors who played, apart from the actor and the protagonist of the story, nobody else knew who was the actor. And I found that very cool, like, so that they cannot be spoiled. I think it's the same with the Riverdale. For Jason Blossom Murderer, they shoot different endings so that nobody would know who it was. Yeah, so go stream Control Z on Netflix. So, related a little bit to Criminal Minds, it is SWAT, SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics, with the famous actor Shema Moore, which was present in Criminal Minds too. It's the reason why I started watching SWAT. It's the same with Criminal Minds that I have to say. There's different cases, there's different plot every time, and there's also like killers that last more than one episode. But there's also the private life of the LAPD agents. I'm a lot into like FBI, police, murder things. So of course I like it. I would totally recommend the people who like to watch Criminal Minds or other things that are same like with FBI, police investigation, murder, things like that. Stream it on Amazon Prime Video and CBS. So now we're gonna talk movies. So, slot Netflix movies. So, first, I'm gonna talk about the To All the Boys. I've watched the first and the second, and I hope the third is as good. Actually, the reason why I watched this was Love Story and Noah Centineo, Let's Not Lie to Each Other. And the second one with Jordan Fisher, I actually kind of, no, I've preferred the first one, let's be honest. The first one was better, but I think the fact that she had another guy from her letters was kind of good. I know it was based on the books, so I can't really tell like uh you know what I'm saying. I would totally recommend it, so go watch it on Netflix. So I've actually binge watched all the movies, including Noah Centineo. So I've watched Swiped, which is a good movie, I think. I've watched Swiped and The Perfect Date. I think they're kind of similar because like the plot is that Noah has the idea, the character which Noah, the characters that Noah plays have the idea to create an app to date. So I mean it's kind of the same plot, but I kind of like the two ones. I preferred. I think I've preferred The Perfect Date with Laura Morano and Camila Mendes. Okay, so as I told you, I watched every show with Noah Centineo that was available on Netflix. So I watched also Sarah Burgess is a Loser. That story was, I liked it very much. The fact that she became friend with one of her enemies, but then the guy she's talking to is actually fell in love with her, but he does think that she is not who she is. But I kind of liked it, and I liked the ending. What I totally recommend it. Go watch Sarah Burgess is a Loser on Netflix. Okay, then I watched some Netflix classical, The Kissing Booth, the first and the second, and I'm actually excited for the third. So The Kissing Booth made me also emotional, like Never Have I Ever. I've heard a lot about it, but I didn't knew that this was gonna be like that. I actually liked the fact that their love were secrets. But yeah, when Ali discovered it this time, I actually cried. But the fact that because they're best friends, they can actually not split. The second one with Marco was a lot more intense. And Chloe, I think I've liked the second so much. Imagine finding an earring of a girl under your man's bed. I mean, it should be. When she find that, I felt everything that she felt. Not that I was cheating on, but just I felt what she felt. And I go watch The Kissing Booth 1 and 2 on Netflix. Then the two last movies I watched We're the Millers with Jennifer Aniston. At first I read like what was talking about. I did not imagine that. I've laughed so much, and it was like so funny. But actually I've watched it alone. Don't watch it with your parents because there's actually things that are, I love the fact that he like composed his family himself, the Millers, and then that he became friend with the DA agent, and he's actually traveling with a lot of drugs. Yeah. I found it very funny, very funny. Should watch it. Go watch it on Netflix. Then the last is Dangerous Lies, which is available on Netflix, and it's with no Camila Mendes. Actually, I really thought at first that it was like a teenage things like Riverdale mood, you know, because there was Camila Mendes, but I should have not expect I think like Riverdale because there's Camila Mendes. I wasn't totally expecting what happened. It's actually like full of lies and secrets. So go watch it on Netflix. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and if you can tell me about other TV shows and movies that I can watch, so I would so I can watch them. See you on another video.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you.